And we're back. I'm Milo, and I'm joined with Aaron, and we're watching Quinn versus Mr. Luuu.
Hello, everyone. Milo, I have to say right off the top, you have the coolest playmats.
Neither of these are mine. They belong to Quinn and Mr. Luuu.
The Guru Island, and I don't know what's going on the left. But
Now, these two guys play speed magic.
Look at these. Yeah.
Turn 1, Gold Meadow Harrier into turn 2, Orzhov Signet.
Wow. This is fast.
We got a turn 2, Searing Blood.
So 2 to the creature is dead and take 3 to the face.
Yeah, don't blink. These guys have a timer on the side that they keep hitting after their play's over.
Quinn is ramping out pretty good here.
Oh, and we got the Aether Sphere Harvester.
So
that's the lifelinking one.
Yeah,
and that's
3/5 flyer. And then, you'll get to lifelink twice off of the 2 energy that you get. Crew 1, I think that's a key part of that card.
And he Oblivion rings it.
And, it's gone.
See,
it's into Oblivion.
These two play so fast. There's no chance of them going to time ever. So they've...
that's an interesting play. So even with no blockers, Mr. Lubufu's choosing to dash it rather than just hard cast it. So 3 to the face, Quinn's down to 14, and it returns to his hand.
Now, would you make a play like that?
I don't know what's in his hand, but I might be, seeing that the mana is open, I might be tempted, I would definitely be tempted to just hard cast it there. Quinn's doesn't have anything down, you're not under any pressure here.
Although it's kind of funny because you can see in Quinn's hand he's got a Wrath of God.
So he's playing around the sorcery speed removal.
Yeah, it actually worked really well.
Well, if a person's going to cast Wrath of God to get rid of my 1 creature, I feel like I still win that.
Well, at this point, he would have had 2 creatures in play, right?
Oh, well, that one's gone.
Yeah, he's got the Bone Shredder, which is...
Bone Shredder!
I think it's a great card. I love when the Echo and Echo Violence. We got a...
So 1 and 2, so Quinn's down to 6. Look at the... And down to 3 with the dashing. But, so these cards, all that burn that Mr. Lubufu took really highly in his packs has really paid off.
Absolutely.
He's doing he's killing the creatures and hitting Quinn in the face with the Rift Bolt and the Searing Blood.
We got Quinn playing an Extricator of Sin. It's the 0/3, and when it comes into play, you can sacrifice another permanent and get a 3/2 Eldrazi creature.
And Quinn sacrificed a land?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it has Delirium. And if it has Delirium, then... Okay, we got the...
Oh, man.
What a beating.
Yeah, and that looks like it's game. Oh, no. Oh,
it doesn't give it to the other creatures.
I see.
So he's that one.
Yes.
So we can see a Wrath of God and a Cheetah.
Oh.
And he scoops. And we're going over to game 2!
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to catch my bearings here. I feel like that was a bit of a roller coaster, but this is fun. This is good.
It's hard to call them. They're not making it easy. We got to turn 1 Fire Drinker Satyr. No time to think because we got a Throne of the God Pharaoh on the board.
And Quinn's at 17 before we know. Before we know it.
18 past turn 17. Oh, Quinn's got the unstable, or the unexpected potential, so that he can play his Tireless Tracker.
Yeah,
but then
and
there's that Wrath of God Arc Trail we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. And I guess Quinn had no other plays at all because you really want to be driving Tireless Tracker when playing a land to get that clue.
Yeah, at least the 1 guaranteed clue, right?
Yeah. I think he sees what Mr. Lubufu is doing, and same with the Mirror Angel. He's really wow. This Fire Drinker Satyr just going all the way.
Yeah. Doing 3 a turn. We got a Wrath of God to get rid of that Fire Drinker Satyr.
Mr. Lubufu has to feel good about that.
We got a Chandra.
So, we've seen a deck list. We do know Mr. Lubufu is playing black. Or maybe it was just the Dismember. Did he end up cutting the black?
Well, don't look too long at the deck list because
it's going to be over
the way
already,
these guys are playing. All right, so he ticks up Chandra again and then plays a Thunderbreak Regent, which is a hard to deal with card. We can see in Quinn's hand he's got the
make a creature shadow.
Yeah,
so
and unable to deal damage.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it.
And it
so
has flash, yeah.
So he does take that 3 damage from that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the best wrath, because you can still attack with the creature. It deals no damage, but it's tapped for Throne of the God Pharaoh.
Ah, nice little wombo combo.
Ticks up
And
Chandra.
the Chandra's doing 1 damage to Quinn?
Yeah. And Lubu decides not to attack with the Thunderbreak Regent. Quinn plays the True Heart Duelist. And then Mr. Lubu ults Chandra. Okay, so
that
it's
did
all
6
over.
damage to Quinn and all his creatures. Match is over.
What we're going to do now is we're going to go over to another match, which is myself versus Miguel. Because that other match was so quick, I feel like we should just watch another one that's happening right now. Only a couple turns have gone by. We started late. So just what happened beforehand was a Hymn to Turok on Miguel. And I just played a morph after attacking with the Crypt Breaker. He has a Tangle Wire in play. Oh, that's what happened to the Crypt Breaker. I tapped it to the Tangle Wire.
Yeah, and the 3 lands. So you would have had to tap 4 permanents during your upkeep. And the Tangle Wire, yeah, he removes the counter, then only has to tap 3 things, and then the Tangle Wire. So it's one of those cards that reads like it might be balanced for each person, but it's not even close.
Yeah.
You're tapping 2, your opponent's tapping 3 to 4. It's a great card. In control, in aggro, it just...
I guess we should get out the deck lists for this match.
Yeah, let's get caught up
All
here.
right, this is Miguel.
Thank you.
And this is me.
Excellent.
So,
And 2 more sick playmats. I love it.
yeah, now this one is mine. It's the Grand Prix Las Vegas playmat. And the one that Miguel's using is actually for this event. All the players will end up signing a squirrel. And then the winner gets the playmat.
Oh, amazing. Does the winner sign the raccoon?
Maybe. So he cast a repulse on my morph, and it turned out to be a Bane of the Living.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when a morph leaves the battlefield, you have to reveal what it was.
Make sure you ain't cheating. Well, you wouldn't do that. So you make a 2/2?
You don't know
a
me.
2/2 zombie?
Yeah.
Very nice.
2/2 zombie.
Yep.
The Crypt Breaker.
And then Crypt Breaker also, you could tap 3 untapped zombies to draw a card and lose a life. And that creature can have summoning sickness or not, because you're just tapping an untapped creature you control. It's a 1-mana creature that can...
Has a lot of modes, a lot of
That's
options.
right. That's right.
Swing in for 3 here.
Mm-hmm.
Play a morph, could be anything.
Well, that's the advantage of morph. And your cube has a lot of morphs. You gotta be expecting Bane of the Living, and that would probably be good for Miguel. But really, it could be something else that maybe might be a bit more hard hitting. Because right now,
I actually have
you have the 2 little
other
guys.
morphs in my deck.
Yeah.
I have the...
Ooh, here's a good one. Icefall Regent. This is so yeah, it's a 4/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, you get to tap something. It doesn't untap as long as Icefall Regent's on the battlefield.
He taps my Crypt Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ask to read Tangle Wire to make sure it's this tapped and untapped permanent.
I'm sure it does.
And it does.
The card wouldn't be as good.
So he's showing that he's not playing mono blue with Reflecting Pool.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of other colors.
It looks like he has some green in there too.
Green and white. I just said
the morph coming in. Oh, you tap the morph during your upkeep instead of the land.
Yeah.
You untap the land in the end.
Because I wasn't going to swing in with it anyway. But I got the Chupacabra. Brand new Chupacabra on the table.
Yeah.
And it says spell targeting, not ability. So I don't have to pay that extra 2. Which is something I didn't know when I casted it, to be honest with you. That's why I tapped the creature, not the land. Because I thought maybe I'd have to pay an extra 2.
Yep. So Icefall Regent says when your opponent casts a spell that targets it, they have to pay 2 more. But because Chupacabras, it's in a triggered ability, you don't have to do it. And Chupacabra, like you can see, it's just a built-in 2-for-1. It's a Necrotol. It's fantastic, but it hits anything.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic.
Miguel
so
cycled, Sensor,
and Scoops.
Scoops.
Just a mana screw. That's unfortunate. It's just Magic is a harsh mistress, and
it wasn't my expert playing. No. All right, we're gonna go straight over.
Attacking into an open board is that is a smart play. I congratulate you on that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, we got a tapped. I think that's Jungle Shrine.
Yes, and these are such amazing budget lands. Like you could play them as a Guild Gate, or you could maybe get lucky and get to fix for all 3 colors of mana on turn 1.
We got a Shelduck Isle, altered by my friend Nick, who's actually playing in this tournament as well.
Nice. And this is a great cube card. Like I don't know if this ever made it in Constructed at all, but like when you're playing a 40 card deck, you're gonna hit 20 cards when you're playing blue most of the time, and you cast any spell you want for 1 mana at instant speed. Oh yes, put that card in my deck.
Shelduck Isle is one of those cards that should be in pretty much any cube that would allow a card like that in it.
Absolutely, and because cube cards usually end up cutting playable cards, this takes up a land slot. It's just a free card. It's just it's one of those cards that you're always happy to play when you're blue.
I just want to give a shout out to the full group of people playing in this open tournament at GP Toronto. That's Miguel, Quinn, Mr. Lubu, myself, Ken, Nick, Ben, Josh, Hard Body, and Mark Anderson.
Oh, the old nemesis, Mark Anderson.
I usually call him, as a joke, the last boss of Cube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I ended up playing a unstable card here, Phoebe, Head of Sneak.
So this, I think you explained a little earlier what it does.
It can't be blocked by creatures with flavor text, and
which is most cards. Right?
Yeah,
most creatures.
It's actually funny because we talk about this one. This one was a Japanese core Hookmaster, and we whited it out and wrote over it, so we can't tell if that card had flavor text.
I would say you did not write flavor text on it, so, and therefore it does not. I think that's how you have to play it.
That's how I said we would play it.
There you go. Keeping it straight, nice. And then now you have to go back and add flavor text to that card.
And then she also steals entire text boxes. So I'm gonna hit him with that Hymn to Turok.
Discarding cards at random. I miss that about Magic. Right now it's always your opponent chooses, or maybe it's a Thoughtseize effect where you get to look and choose a card when you pay a lot of mana now. But the old school just random was just such a nice feeling that your opponent had no control over what was happening here.
Plays that Jungle Shrine again. And I make a comment.
And he leaves 4 mana open. Those are 2 bounce lands, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got, with playing blue and white, you have to figure something's up here. He's not just has no place here. He has so many cards in hand.
We can see his.
Oh, he does nothing. Just draw a go. But smashing each other for 2.
I mean, I'm playing black-blue, right?
Yeah. No, you got the same thing going on. Just.
We can see in his hand he's got a Mull Drifter, a Boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
Memory Lapse, and a Sensor, I think.
And is he passing the turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's just passing the turn.
End of turn, I cycle Complicate just to cycle it, not countering any spells or anything.
Mm-hmm. And the Boomerang is one of those cards that is such a powerful 2-drop. It gets worse as the game goes on, but it's always useful. But as a 2-drop, if you could just bounce the person's land, make them discard on turn 2, it can just change the game right there.
We got a John Finkel on the board now.
Yeah.
Shadow Mage Infiltrator.
Mm-hmm. So this creature can only be blocked by black creatures and artifact creatures. And then when it hits your opponent, you just straight up draw a card on the Memory Lapse. This is one of the most powerful counter spells in Cube, I think.
Memory Lapse is my favorite counter spell in Magic.
Oh, in all of Magic?
Yeah.
I'd take Mana Drain over it.
Yeah, I would too. But I love hitting somebody
favorite,
with a Memory Lapse.
Mm-hmm.
So he's playing Edric here, and I don't realize how amazing that is for me, so I tried to dissolve it. But
because you're able to steal the text box.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize how amazing it is for me either, and he casts Censor.
Yeah, the new Force Spike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he presses in with the Core Hookmaster and draws a card because of Edric.
Mm-hmm. So it's already replaced himself. Edric's great.
I really like that card too. I don't play Commander, but if I did, I ask if I could count my deck here.
What's nice about Memory Lapse, besides it having really cool art, is it gives you a little bit of like counterspell, which is obviously blue, and Time Walk. It's a bit of a throwback to a Time Walk spell. I feel the mana cost and just what it does to your opponent. It's a very blue spell and just.
And sometimes it could be even better, like when they cast things that require additional costs.
Yeah, or just isn't relevant late game, like your opponent top decks like a 2-drop, whatever, just something to play, and then you Memory Lapse. It's like, wow, now I'm not drawing anything for 2 more turns. This game is just over.
Yeah. So I attack into Edric. He can't block because Edric has Flavor Text. I steal the Flavor Text after he declares no blockers.
Oh, very nice.
I steal and then I draw the card and play the Shadow Mage Infiltrator.
Mm-hmm. That's a good turn.
It is.
So now, does Phoebe have that flavor text for the rest of the game?
Or not the flavor text, the full text box.
So the text box for the rest of the game?
Yeah. In addition to her text box.
That's a good card. Especially in Cube, where every card does something, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's too good. I think it's really
good.
No,
yeah. For 4 mana, you are investing in it. Like, you could pay 4 mana to do that, then he lightning bolts it, and you're right, and you're out a lot.
But then the Edric never gets that text box back too.
Oh, it steals it. I was thinking that it gained the ability, but Edric loses it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. So if Phoebe were to die, Edric would still not get it back.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And there, I make it very clear.
Vanilla 2/3. Free attacks.
I just probably block one here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well. If he's got some sort of trick and I lose my Shadow Mage Infiltrator, not the end of the world. Every creature I have is now a Shadow Mage Infiltrator.
Yes. So Shadow Mage will be drawing 2 cards.
We could see that he played the Histrodon there because we could see his hand. So I just wanted to make it clear. And then he kills my Shadow Mage Infiltrator. If that gave any bonuses to power, he'd be able to take out Phoebe, but...
Yeah, it gives trample and vigilance. That's a great card.
I know. I think it's probably the best fight spell.
It's not even a fight, just a punch. Just like, boom, take it.
So 4 mana in my graveyard for a Treasure Cruise. We're going cruising.
Yes.
That's a good card. I like Treasure Cruise. Do you like Treasure Cruise?
I will go on a cruise any time of day. But that's another card that's like a throwback to an original Magic card, Ancestral Recall, right? Just draw 3 cards, and how much mana did you pay? Not
4.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
Oh, and I get to use my Shellback Isle after the Treasure Cruise to cast my Chupacabra.
Mm-hmm.
And then go in there and draw a card. I'm drawing lots of cards, Aaron.
That's a good way to win Magic games.
And then we got to cast
spells, cast spells for 1 mana, draw cards, drawing another card. Oh, and
Fractured Identity.
So here's a new card. Why don't you read that one?
Exile target non-land permanent. Each player other than its controller creates a token that's a copy of it.
So you're exiling it. It's gone for good, no matter what. And this is a non-land permanent. So a planeswalker, artifact, creature, enchantment. And then you're getting a token of it, and this token, it's not a regular control magic. You're going to get the enter the battlefield abilities of this token because it's entering.
You know it
coming in.
Yeah, worth splashing for, I'd say.
So now, what does Miguel even do? He doesn't want to play anything because you're going to exile it and then get it yourself. He's giving you more ammunition, and I think Miguel's in a really hard spot. He needs a wrath. He needs to clear this board and kind of start anew.
Just gotta block some stuff here.
Yep.
I don't actually want to kill the Edric, because if he can bring it back some way, then it's just worse for me. He's gonna hardcast a Mold Drifter.
Yeah, well, that seems like a good one to
target. But I don't have the white mana on board yet. Right?
Oh, okay. that you're showing anyway.
Well, like, yeah, there's no... It's not on the board. Does this cube look a lot different from the last time you've seen it?
Oh, very different. Absolutely. And I think for the better as well. I really like the route it's taken and what you've done with it. The best thing about cube is, besides playing with powerful spells, is like, I like that still limited format where creatures matter. Lots of times, like, very powerful cubes might just go into Storm or Legacy, where just people are playing spells and stuff. But my favorite type of Magic is on the battleground, and seeing these creatures kind of bounce into each other and smash face, and still having like powerful spells and lots of abilities going on, lots of choice. But seeing that the board presence is that's what makes Magic fun for me. That's what gets me excited.
That's what makes Magic fun for me. That's why I fell in love with Limited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what Cube is to me still. It's not, let's build our Legacy decks. It's really about still playing Limited, although it's really powerful Limited.
That's right. And with all your favorite cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the cards that you find fun. And you seem to enjoy drawing cards.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a Muldrifter, that face down?
No, the Muldrifter is the Hippo.
Oh, okay.
The Rhino.
All right, so that's a morph.
That's a morph, yeah. It's a dragon? Oh, Triceratops, of course. What am I thinking? Which actually reminds me, there's a lot of people that helped me build this cube recently on YouTube. I built this cube using YouTube as a resource, and everybody made some suggestions. I'm just going to run through the names here. Lady Danger, Brandon Harrison, It's Over 9,000, Ken Peddle, who's playing this tournament, Veggie Chops, Alex the Great, Thunder Ninja 387, Triceranaps, The Thanimal, Michael Davidson, Lars Z, Ryan Matthews, Coltman, Kevin Jeffries, Mr. Tactical Approach, Mason Zero, MTG, Ty Silicus, Alvaro Cruz, Dennis Crenshaw, Scrapper TBP, Toronto Jock 1, which is you, Eric Milligan, Rocket TV, Random Person, Jacob West, Cyan Thornhill, John Layard, Altos Fort Aqua ×1, Burrowing Duck, J-Mo, and Ian McElkrin.
Well, the one is so fantastic. This is a whole mind sync of a lot of different cube players. That's excellent. That's so wonderful that you've had so much support for it.
So if you like what you see right now, it's because of all these people. And if you're one of these people, then thank you. Look what you did to poor Miguel over here.
So Miguel's got to bounce Phoebe here, I would think. Like, Phoebe, you're going to draw way too many cards here, and the game's going to be completely out of reach.
I think that would be a good call. So one thing that I didn't do before damage, so that was my other morph, it was the 1,000 Winds.
Mm-hmm. So you bounce your opponent's...
It
all
bounces
their
all
trapped creatures.
So I'm not going to activate it, obviously.
Well, it's also, isn't it a 5/6 flyer?
Yeah, but
Yes,
it would
it
bounce
is.
my own creatures.
Oh, it bounces your own stuff as well.
It bounce tapped creatures, right? So I try to Tragic Slip that Brago, and he makes it indestructible, and I say...
It don't
Nope.
matter.
And that's it. That's
he slipped and fallen down. There's no fixing him.
Thank you all so much for watching this match. We'll be back next week with another match.
Thanks so much.